Hello. Here I am. We are back. It's Adventures in Backlogging. What are we doing? What are we playing? Well, since I enjoyed the first part of it so much, I decided to come back to Mad Max. It's great fun, this whole thing. I think it's rather good. So I'm going to play a bit more of it. I did play a bit more of it whilst in between streams. I just wanted to get out of that last mission, and well, I'm not showing us live. I am showing us live. Yay! Just wanted to get out of the last mission and try and get a bit more freedom. Get past some of the tutorial-y stuff so I can get into the meat of the game. And here we are, working on the magnum opus. It's my car, I guess. It's my car, and I'll cry if I want to. So we're going to run around and see what Chumbucket wants us to do. He's got a start mission. He's got his big old wall blueprint. I've got a cup of coffee. The Flash. True. I love Chumbucket, by the way. I think he's a great character. It's got to be V8. It's got to be V8. I love the idea of how mechanics become religion almost. Oh no, we've got to go to Gastown. Do I get sad when no one shows up to these streams? No, I'm already empty and hollow inside. I have just no expectations anymore. Oh, shit a brick. Yeah, I've done my getting sad. Been there, done that. Ah, shit a brick. The main reason I do these streams is just to work through my backlog. If people come along to watch, then that is grand. Oh, that was fun. Aye, aye, aye. Okay. Ah. Yeah, that was terrible. Run away, I guess? Is that what we're doing? We're running away. Right, where am I going? Stank Gum. That's a name. Good names in this, I must admit. What determines the gaming and backlog? What I feel like playing, because I got so many. I have, because I've got all the PlayStation Plus stuff from like mid 2012 onwards, plus whatever I've bought, and that's just across my PlayStation consoles. So I've got like 150 odd games on PS4. Like best part of 300 over on PS3, and I haven't finished so many of those, which is what I decided to start working through. I was doing full playthroughs when I was pre-recording them, but now I'm just zipping around from bit to bit. Anything newer than this in my backlog? Yes, actually. I still have to get to Horizon Zero Dawn. I've still not done. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh, I guess we're on right. This is about the same age as Rise of the Tomb Raider. Assassin's Creed Origins, which I'm not actually that interested in, but my girlfriend bought, so I guess it's on my PS4 now. The Batman Telltale game is a notable one, I guess. But I just sit around and play what I feel like playing. No, I'm not very good at the car combat in this. This is not good. Ay, 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 ay. I've heard mixed. My girlfriend devoured it. She absolutely loved it, and I really like what I've seen of it and the 2 minutes I played of it. I think it kind of got overshadowed a little by Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is another thing that's in my backlog. I've got the Wii U version of that I've not played. But yeah. So I'd like to do Horizon, and there's plenty of old stuff I'd like to get through. Like I started God of War 2, and I've not got through that yet. Will I be picking up the sequel in October? That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't bought a new game for a while. So I currently have no plans to play Red Dead Redemption 2. But I may well. I've still done Undead Nightmare. I should probably do Undead Nightmare at some point. But yeah, maybe I'll do Red Dead 2. I don't know if I'm going to get it, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to like Red Dead Redemption as much as I did. Because I'm fairly lukewarm on Rockstar games in general. And have been since GTA 4. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play it. I like the idea of playing older stuff, but I also get that people might not want to watch it, and that's fine. So that's the reason why I've started doing like relatively more recent stuff. Yeah, Undead Nightmare looks fun, and I do wanna get through it at some point. But I've just got so many games. GTA 5, I played through it and mostly enjoyed it, but it's one of those games that's, the more I've thought about it since I've played it, I've gone, actually, I don't know if that was actually that good. I think people really got behind Trevor in a way that I didn't. Like, I just thought he was a bit of a dick. What does this say? We did Blackout Stage 5 snowmobile. We're not going down with the rest. Anyone even comes close to our BOL, I'll personally fucking dismember them. Sarah. Excellent. No idea what that is. Must be from the old pre-apocalypse. Oh, hello. So yeah, GTA 4, and then I think I finished the storyline and checked out before or just around the same time as the online came on, because I got it on PS3 on launch, and then yeah, didn't really bother with the online after that. So yeah, I mean the bit of GTA 5 that is the bit of GTA in general as a franchise that has appealed to me less and less as I've got older is the whole let's just create carnage and chaos. Ram ahead. Like, I get the fun of, you know, just violence without restraint and just creating sheer carnage in video games, but doing it in a sort of, like, just doing it to random innocent people in a urban setting, like, it just never really held any appeal to me. Like, I like to visit carnage and violence on people who at least who deserve it, or preferably not even people at all. Demons or machines or fun stuff like that. So that whole sort of, this is a real world sandbox. You can destroy everything, and you can shoot anyone. That's appealed to me less and less as I've got older. I'm not 100% sure why that is. It's just the case. Oh, hello. You can have some water. Inside and out. I love the Aussie accents in this. Yeah. Oh, trophy. I think what I'm going to do at some point is I'm going to link to my Backloggery page. There's a great website called the Backloggery which people use to sort of track their collections. I'll probably post a link to that up at some point and see if there's anything in particular that I've got in my collection people want to see me play. Because I'm kind of just rolling through stuff. There is some stuff that I want to get round to because it's terrible. Like there is some like good, the bad, and the weird stuff I want to get around to at some point. Like I have Oh, hello. I have Aliens Colonial Marines, and I do want to play it on stream at some point. So yeah, I get why people like the freedom. It's just of that in GTA. It's just not something that appeals to me anymore. I don't know why. Game over. Fantastic. Let's try that again. I mean, that's the great thing about games as in general at the moment. That's why it's such a good time to be playing games, is because there is so much variety and something for, well, to a degree. I mean, a lot of the more mainstream stuff has become kind of homogenous with like the open world RPG mechanics, collectathon stuff, which this is a prime example of. Like, this is basically a reskin Shadow of Mordor with cars. That doesn't necessarily make it a bad game, because I'm having fun with it in the same way I had fun with Shadow of Mordor. But yeah, it's... Oh, Chris. Hi, Chris. Yes, it is GTA middle of fucking nowhere, basically. It's GTA Australia. This isn't actually a post-apocalypse. This is just what Australia is like. I've never been to Australia. I don't know if that's true. Scrotus. Can I do anything with that? Is there water there? No, that's a petrol genny. I'm gonna nick this fuel. That's what I'm gonna do. GTA Detroit. I have friends in Detroit. My girlfriend has friends in Detroit. I know them too. Are there microtransactions? I have not seen any microtransactions in this game. I haven't seen an interface for them. I know there is some DLC, like, there is some free DLC, I assume it wasn't free when it launched, of, like, energy drink sponsored car stuff, which is weird. But I do not believe there are any microtransactions to speak of. Not that I've come across, anyway. I'm not sure what they would be before. Like, I don't think there's the collectible stuff in this game, but I don't think there's a huge amount of like experience grind. And there's, from what I've seen so far, there's nothing like the Nemesis system that you'd get in Shadow of Mordor, things like that. Which is a shame. Like that's a great thing about Shadow of Mordor, that Nemesis system, and this is the kind of game that could probably benefit from something like that. But
I'll remember this.
oh yes. So maybe it seems like, yeah, microtransactions in single player are no good. But it seems like this is very much a game that is, there's all this stuff in this world. Go do it. Like, we've built. It doesn't seem like it's procedurally generated in the way that some other more modern stuff is. It seems like it's all handcrafted. Shadow of Mordor didn't have paywalls. Shadow of War, the sequel, had a lot of loot box stuff in, which is one of the reasons why I didn't really pick it up. I did play Battlefront 2 and was not a fan of the way the microtransactions influence that particular multiplayer. And I know Shadow of War came out at the same time as that, so, or a similar time. Oh, La 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 la. Come on. Right, he's got it. So, yeah, the loot box stuff has been kind of alarming. And it's not like I have a problem with free-to-play mechanics. Like, anyone who has seen my PS4 play history knows that I play a lot of Warframe. No, I didn't buy Battlefront 2 out of choice. My girlfriend got it when it was on sale. Not that long after it came out. So it wasn't my choice to pick that up. And I wouldn't have normally. Hey, no, that's... Way, ya fucker! So I wouldn't have picked up Battlefront 2 out of choice originally. Same goes for Assassin's Creed Origins. Even though I've got nothing against the way that game, I don't really have a problem with the way that game monetizes itself. It doesn't like there's any egregious loot boxes or anything like that. I just had no particular interest in Assassin's Creed as a series, but my girlfriend picked it up, so I guess I've got it. Because she picked them up digitally, so they're all on the PS4. But yeah, I mean, anyone who follows my PlayStation play history knows I play an awful lot of Warframe. So microtransactions and that kind of thing, I have no problem with. It's all about implementation, and I don't think they have any place in a paid game. I mean, Warframe's free to play, so it has that going for it. And the microtransactions are hardly egregious. Certainly not along the same lines as money grubbing as anything in Battlefront 2 or what I've seen of Shadow of War. So things like that have no place in Thingamabob. Have I? Yeah, like I say, recently I was doing full playthroughs on Adventures in Backlogging when I was because I used to do it as a pre-record on YouTube, and now I've started doing it as a stream because I wanted to. Like I say, I'm not necessarily expecting a lot of people to watch because I'm just playing random things, but I did want it to have the opportunity to make it more interactive. So I did just do straight up Let's Plays and full playthroughs of a few games. But at the moment, I'm just bouncing through from game to game until I find something that either I really want to stick with and see through to the end, or people enjoy and want to see through to the end with me. And like I say, it's a way of getting through that ridiculous backlog. So, I am sort of aiming to play most of the stuff I've got in there at some point, but not necessarily in order from start to finish. But I've certainly dropped stuff recently. Like I started playing Bloodborne, and I like it. I like the look of it. I'm terrible at it. I just cannot get the combat down. I've got Demon's Souls as well, which I had the same problem with. I thought I might be able to come to Bloodborne, seeing it was a bit newer, might have been refined, but I think I will eventually like to spend the time with that game to get my head around it properly, but I don't know when I'll do that, because I've got so much to play, and I do love the aesthetic of it and the design and the setting and what little bits of lore I gleaned from the bit I played of it. It's gorgeous. I'm just awful at it, really bad at it. But the biggest obstacle I've got with having this as a stream is because my work changes week to week and stuff like that. It's getting hard. It's hard to stick to a schedule. And ideally, I'd like to do this twice a week. Tuesday and Thursday are what I used to put up Adventures in Backlogging when I did them as pre-records, but I could always bank a bunch of episodes. And now I'm doing them as streams. I don't really have that option, so trying to do them twice a week as and when, if not more. But it's difficult to keep that schedule because, like I say, my other stuff that I can't move around changes week to week. Fun. Ay. But yes. Oh, we've had AC Origins for a while, Chris, and Kiki has been holding it hostage. But she's had a time with it, and now she's getting addicted to Warframe, just like me.
It is me, John Bucket,
Happy 420.
and skilled Blackfingers, and acolyte to the angel combustion who beseeches you.
420. It's May already.
Your pain must linger. I'm sorry, but he is a driver of otherworldly skills.
I am.
Yes, you see. Why would I need a driver of otherworldly?
Well, yeah, that was exactly my thing.
Please, we aim to enter the dead valley.
Mr. David Jones,
Here.
54. Yeah, that was my thoughts exactly. Make it a stream if people don't turn up.
We need to heal this machine.
It'd be more fun. And if they do, interaction's good.
Saintly we
We're gonna be playing them anyway,
my Blackfingers, who we will deliver to you.
so I might as well
Praise
invite people along to the party.
be the prophet.
Let him inside.
That does not look like a comfortable facial. The time. Oh, is it 20 past 4? Jesus. Time flies. I didn't even notice. Okay. So that's G, I guess, with all the facial piercings. Some. Right. Yeah, Chris is going to be streaming near and there as well. What did you stream today, Chris? I didn't get a chance to tune in. Right, I best go see you, G, with your weird facial piercings. How does that not get infected? That's what I want to know.
Not much of a car. You trust that little scrap monkey?
For now,
Oh, he's not Australian.
not much of a stronghold.
Careful now. Don't want to insult a man in his own home. Listen. we used to rule this stretch, and now the warlord controls
Welcome to the club, David.
Warlord.
Scrotus, Scabrous. Killed, I hear. Sawed him up in the head. But his terror outlives him.
I have a feeling that Scrotus is not dead, despite the fact that at the start of this game I did put a chainsaw in his forehead.
You give us the use of your garage and tools.
Deadly Tower of Monsters. I've not. That's another game that is in my PS4 backlog.
Yes, dude.
Oh, one peep at the jaw will change your mind.
What's the jaw?
What is the
Ain't
jaw?
Got a pass to reach Gastown. Look for it yourself.
Okay.
The dead Baron's pass.
Okay.
Right before I do. Do we have a deal?
Maybe.
Yeah. You weaken.
Did I enjoy Mad Max Fury Road? I love Fury Road. I think it's hands down the best of all the Mad Max movies, and I just thought it was a great movie. Minimalist. I liked that. It didn't mess about. It didn't pander or insult your intelligence. It just expected you to come along from the ride and made sense, I think. All right, chum.
I have a deal with Jay.
Mediocre. Well,
You told me
my,
that's not
I know a few people who didn't really get it. I really enjoyed it, but
Praise be.
hey ho,
Just you find me the parts, and I'll get cracking.
those older Mad Max movies are very, very strange. Like, go back to the first Mad Max. That is a weird movie.
And some kind of a trigger mechanism.
Old gun junk. If you go back and watch Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, like the last act of that is basically a pilot run at Fury Road. It's a big old car chase against with a bunch of people following a big truck. I've not watched the black and white version of Fury Road. I think I've got it because I've got the box set of all 4, and I think it's in there, but I'm not 100% sure. But I've not got around to watching it. The same with Logan. I've not watched Logan Noir just because I don't know. There's something weird. I got a problem with them doing black and white versions of movies, obviously, but I'm not sure that I'm interested in a black and white version of a movie that wasn't shot for black and white. Do I want to install that hood ornament? Yeah, I want to install that. Why wouldn't I want to install that hood ornament? Why did that even need to be a dialogue box? You show me that hood ornament. It's a skull with a flying cap on, and you want to know, do I want to install that? Yeah, I want to install that. Just install it automatically. Don't even ask me. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Oh, sorry. Yes. Black and white versions of movies that were made in color. I'm not sure what the point is, but maybe I'll watch it and go, "Oh my god, that makes perfect sense to me." But yeah, it's just not attracted my attention. I hear the black and white version of The Mist is really good. I like that movie a lot. But I'm not like anti-black and white or anything. I just not really interested me that much. Oh, so I've got all these projects I can do here. Cool. So I guess I can build this stronghold up and do some stuff. Alright, so I can install a sniper rifle. Cool. Alright. 3-round sniper rifle. Okay. So I've got a mounted sniper rifle. Okay, okay. Let's see what we can do with that. Alright, chum. Let's go and see what this sniper rifle can do. Deadly weapon assessment. Okay. Do you play any multiplayer games in general? I'm not a huge fan of competitive multiplayer. Like I say, I play an awful lot of Warframe, but that's co-op. Mostly. I don't really play the PvP mode. No one really plays the PvP mode. I played a bunch of Battlefront 2 when it came out, but I very quickly tired of it because of all the microtransaction bollocks. But I don't play a huge amount of multiplayer stuff. I was hoping that... Yeah, like I thought that I might start streaming some Fortnite, but I'm really not that interested in Fortnite. Everyone in the world is, and I played a little bit of it and just like, yeah, this seems okay. Same with PUBG. Like, I don't have a gaming PC anyway, but I played. I went down to Arcade Club in Bury, which they have a bunch of gaming PCs. You can jump on there, and I played some PUBG and was like, this is fine, but it does not appeal to me. So like I get why people like those games, but I think I don't like them for the same reason that I don't like not like, but I'm not a huge fan of competitive multiplayer in general. The only thing that worries me about those games is like, now everyone's gonna make a battle royale mode, which is fine, but I have no interest in that. But they seem like, I mean, pretty well put together games, so I can't hold that against them. I think it's interesting that both Fortnite and PUBG have gone mobile, like a massive, like multiplayer focused, and not like asymmetrical multiplayer, like real-time multiplayer with 100 people. That kind of game going mobile focused, I think, is a real interesting thing. It's not something that I would expect them to do, but I guess it makes sense if that's where the audience is. And just like that sort of touch-based control thing, that the idea of that working on mobiles. Oh, people love... Yeah, we used to do Big Damn Stream regularly back before we started the podcast, and people just really wanted to play Team Fortress 2, and I was like, is there even still an audience for Team Fortress 2? Like, I'm not. I mean, I guess you could probably run Team Fortress 2 on most machines nowadays. Oh, I'm not very good at the combat in this. Yeah, COD, and I kind of fell off on. Same with Battlefield. Never really been into Battlefield. I think I got Battlefield 3 from PlayStation Plus at some point. Played a bit of it and was like, yeah, this is fine, but not me. Yeah, I figured TF2 would probably run on pretty much anything at this point, because it came out in what, 2006, 2007? It's over 10 years old, that game. Because I remember it came out in the orange box, because it came out on console as well. And I had the orange box on 360, Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2, TF2, and Portal. I remember it coming out in that, but the console version has never kept up to date with the PC version. So, right, let's get to Dead Baron's Pass. Alright, let's destroy some Scrotus Horde camps. Jeez, why can't I drive straight? I can't drive straight! There we go. Yeah, I mean, I've got so much multiplayer stuff that I'd love to get into, but it's always the cooperative multiplayer or like the team-based multiplayer that interests me more. I've always been more interested in PvE than PvP. To put it in those terms. Like, I got really into the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I thought that was superb. And again, the microtransaction stuff, that was sort of where EA began to seep it in. And I didn't love that about it, but the gameplay loop was so oh, I've got a border. Was so compelling to me at the time that I stuck with it and didn't really spend any money on it. And it's like, I'm not going to spend any money on this game just to spite you. I am going to earn all this shit through gameplay. If that's what I can do, that's what I'm going to do. I actually had a really great time with Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. And I was really disappointed when EA didn't bring a remastered version of the trilogy onto modern consoles. Especially because of all the stuff I heard about Andromeda. I mean, Andromeda failed to interest me anyway because, I mean, I wasn't too interested in it because of what I heard about what the story was going to be. And I also wasn't interested in it once early impressions started coming out because, man, that looked terrible. So yeah. Alright, let's get the harpoon on that. No, can't do that. Oh, level 3 harpoon required. Okay, can't do that. Sod that for a game of soldiers. Ooh. Yeah, PC is the better platform. Steam's real good. It's that initial investment of putting together a gaming PC compared to the initial investment of buying a console. I mean, that's what's... And I'm so bought into the console ecosystem at that point. I've got such a collection of games. That I'm not enthused at the idea of having to buy so much of that stuff again. But yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna get into gaming and you've got the cash to drop on a gaming PC, absolutely, that's the way to go. Unless you're desperate to play a bunch of exclusives, like, which is less of a problem on Xbox because Microsoft released so much stuff on the PC simultaneously now. But it's things like Horizon and God of War, stuff like that that's keeping people on console. And honestly, I think the lines are blurring so much now between, especially with the sort of half-step upgrades that you've got on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. It's just, yeah, it's becoming. I can honestly see consoles moving towards a smartphone model with more incremental, more frequent incremental upgrades rather than the big long full console cycle. Like, I absolutely think we'll get a PlayStation 5, but I don't think it'll be a huge change architecture-wise from the PlayStation 4 and the PS4 Pro. It'll just be a power upgrade, I think. Maybe with a different user interface. Because where are you going to go? Where are you going to go at this point? Okay. Like, I think absolutely the biggest mistake any of the console makers could make is to take the architecture of their systems away from a more PC based. Because like the PS4 and the Xbox One are basically PCs in a box with a custom UI slapped on, like custom OS. Which of course limits what they can do because it's 5-6-year-old components at this point, but it is what it is. Yeah, Rockstar not releasing stuff on PC. Don't get that. Don't get it at all. I think they're missing out on a huge chunk of an audience by not releasing it. Not releasing Red Dead on PC. It doesn't make any sense to me from a business standpoint. Oh shit, I've not reloaded. You'd think they'd make all the money, but I don't know why they do it. Because they released GTA 4 on... Yeah, they released GTA 4 and 5 on PC. Why not?
Yes, of course, your wizardship. My seals are sealed.
Why not Red Dead? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like, I haven't got any skin in the game. I don't have a game PC. It makes no difference to me whether they release it on PC or not. But I just don't understand why they wouldn't. Surely, if you're putting that much money into a game and that much time developing it, you'd want more people to play it. That just makes sense. But hey, that's Rockstar for you. GTA has allowed them to be a law unto themselves. Alright, I've got to get into Dead Baron's Pass. Is there anyone else to shoot? Like, I shot one dude? Is anyone else there? Oh, yeah, someone's there. Where are they? Oh, are they up there? Ah. You fucker. There you go. Anyone else? I think we're good. I think we're okay. Alright, let's get up there. No, I don't think there's any sort of like collusion or backroom deals going on. I think Rockstar are just awkward for the sake of it because they can be. They're one of those studios that is in the, I guess, enviable position of just being able to do what they want.
This is very bad. Risky.
Do what you like because you're Rockstar. Okay. I'm gonna nick that fuel can. Put that... No? What? I don't put the fuel can in there. Store the fuel can. Oh, I can only store one at a time. That's irritating. Oh well. Reach the lookout point and scout the jaw. I'm enjoying this game, but I can see why it didn't get huge attention when it came out, because it doesn't really do anything like unusual or special so far. It's just like a solidly made open world action game. There's almost nothing remarkable about it. Apart from being a licensed Mad Max game. Oh, hello. Shit a brick. There we go. Got ya. I'm having you. Oh, you turned round too soon. Ah, having you. Have that. Can have that. Ooh, hello. It's Batman combat, but it doesn't feel as tight. Like, even though you've got a longer window on that prompt, it just doesn't feel as... Nice. It just feels a little off. Still, it's a solid system. I can understand why they'd want to reuse it. That's Warner Brothers for you. Reuse, recycle. Very environmentally conscious. Oh wait, it's gameplay mechanics. But still, solid. And how many other games do you get that are scrubs? Oh, is that more or less metal than my other one? Ooh, I'm going to start on the back, because why not? One on the front, one on the back, if you can. If you can double hood ornament, then double hood ornament. Surely that just makes sense. Ooh, I'd like some water. What's heal now? Is it triangle? No, not now. It's up. I can't remember the controls for this. I know you do. I like that there's a water mechanic as a nod to the idea that this is a wasteland and you gotta survive, but I also like that it's not like a survival game where you've got a hunger meter and a water meter and all that stuff going on. I get why people like those, but they're just not for me. Oh, that's a dude with it. Is that a real photograph? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So these are real photographs. Oh, that's pretty neat. Huh. That's interesting.
Wars, famine, disease, murder. Killed us all.
Who killed the world? Cauliflower or broccoli? Broccoli every time. Deadly serious. Just green veg is best. Green veg is best. We're running out of mustard meat. Yeah, that's the bit of survival games I don't love. It's why I kind of... I played a bit of the survivor mode in Fallout 4. But I would have liked it to have been a set of variables and mechanics that you can turn on and off as you want to tailor your experience, rather than a set mode where you can where it's all or nothing. I think that would have been better. I would have enjoyed that more. Favorite mainstream song? I don't listen to a ton of mainstream music. Well, I guess my taste in rock and metal are relatively mainstream for that, but I don't listen to a huge amount of like mainstream pop, mainstream dance, mainstream art. I don't listen to any of that stuff really. Yeah, the Black Panther had a great soundtrack, but it's just not really my style of music. So it just kind of went over my head a bit. Other than it being like, oh, this is good stuff, but it's not something I'd normally listen to. So I didn't really stick with it. I'm not listening to much new stuff at the moment, actually, in general. What's the most recent album I've listened to? I can't even think. I don't think I've listened to anything released in 2017. Much. Like, maybe. I don't know. When did Foo Fighters' Concrete and Gold come out? Even though I've like listened to that album maybe twice. Yeah. An underwater escort mission to replenish your supply of gold coins that all vanish if you suffer a one-hit kill. Hell on earth. Christopher, why would you even put that in my mind? You bastard.
That must be it.
We are not ready to take that on. Look at the size of that bastard. Cars round there. Stuff there. Stuff there. Those are lookouts. Those are explosive barrels, though. I could shoot them and make a big bang. Big bang, big bang. But I wouldn't get close enough. Yeah. Like the cranes. Yeah. Can definitely not get that close. Okay.
Car needs more power and grip. It needs side armor and a grill to shield the nose. The hunchback is
Side armor and a grill.
parts.
Next project. Alright. Let's get back to Chum. Any more scrap here? I'm not going to be a completionist about this. Opinion of the Earth being flat. The Earth is definitely not flat. Definitely not. I don't get it. I don't get flat earthers. Well, I didn't mean. I keep pressing circle to roll or do things, and they're like, that's the gun button, which makes no sense to me. And wasting ammo. Earth being flat. It's not flat. Why do people think it's flat? I don't understand. Why are people refuting the findings of science that we've held to have been true for hundreds of years? Ah! What?
Your plans for this
What's in it?
building an
What's in it for NASA
you gotta do it before
to pretend that the Earth is round?
Fingers are ready to dance, Saint.
Why would people lie about that?
I know just the steps too. It's called a jack. A wasteland.
Do I think they're attention seekers? No, not necessarily. And I don't necessarily think they're thick. I just think they're strange. People who are like really into sort of real out there conspiracy theories, like flat earthers, hollow earthers, lizard people, David Icke. Anybody who listens to David Icke and the things he says, let's get the magnum opus in better shape. That, I think, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, and I can't even begin to get my head around that mindset. But I don't necessarily think it's attention seeking. I don't necessarily think it's stupidity. Gullibility, maybe. That's definitely a part of it. Gullibility. But not stupidity. 9/11 was not an inside job. I don't believe it was, anyway. I went through my phase of watching all those documentaries, and jet fuel doesn't melt steel. It's like, I don't know. There's been so much like false flag, inside job stuff about so many terrible things that have happened in the States and around the world. I don't really listen to that stuff anymore. That, I think, is attention seeking. Like people who say that like the mass shootings in the States are false flag operations to take away our gun rights. It's like, is it really? That stuff I think is attention seeking. What kind of attention they're seeking, I have no idea, but I do believe it's an attention-seeking thing. Oh! Camp alerted. What do you want?
We've seen you around, stranger.
I sewed up Lord Scrotus. Okay. Yeah, there may be more to 9/11 than people think, but it's really not something that I feel qualified to... Oh, pardon me. Qualified to comment on, like... That's a serious research hole that I might have to go down at some point. The camp is built out of large pipes to a hidden area filled with valuables except for the ground hatch. Okay. I will table that and come back. Not right now. Not doing that. Bye. I'm not doing this today. I know. Fuck it. Let's be dangerous. Oh, this is not good. Yeah. Think I might need to get a bit more powerful. Just a little bit. I may need to become more mad. More mad, more max. Oi, oi, oi. To do some... Grow a beard through Max's upgrade menu. Thanks for that. I may have to do some side missions. Trump and Kim Jong-un meeting up. Don't know what to make of that. Like, I mean, I think they're both idiots. But yeah, because even though there was so much saber rattling, them meeting up seems strange. But whatever. This couldn't possibly go wrong, and no one will possibly suffer from this. It's terrible. I really feel for folks across the pond. Although I also kind of resent them a little because their gigantic political screw-up is really good at diverting attention from our giant political screw-up, which is a Conservative government led by Theresa May. Should they just make out and get it? Yeah, they probably should. Just kiss. Now kiss. Kiss me, Kim Jong. Like, I just don't know. Thought it was a good idea to elect Donald J. Trump. Why? Politics is a thing that I despair at. I think it's in a real bad place at the moment. There's no. I don't feel like there's enough good choices. I'm gonna throw yous off. Boom. You fuck off. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, oh, everyone said it was going to be impossible for it to win. But what, did people accept that as a challenge? I guess they did. Don't understand it. Don't understand it. As someone who leans very left on the political spectrum, it's a bad time. It's a bad time across the world, particularly in the so-called developed world. Over here, the US. Europe seems to be doing okay. But for some reason, people want to pull out of there. Again, don't understand it, but whatever. I never really understood what the problem with being part of the EU was. So I understand it even less how rabid people are at wanting to leave. Or were. I guess they just got ripped up into a frenzy by the campaigning. Again, I just don't understand what people are upset about or afraid of. It never bothered me. I am having this scarecrow. Half the UK thinks, yeah, half the UK thinks immigrants are evil, and that's just upsetting. Like it's just a depressing thing. Of why do we have to hate? Why do we have to be so scared of things and people? Life is so much better when you embrace difference and diversity and new things. And it makes me sad. It makes me kind of sad that people can't. That we spend so long dividing ourselves. So I think of the things. If ISIS didn't exist, see that's the thing. Like people are so worried about people are worried about ISIS and they want to leave the EU. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. ISIS they operate out of Asia. So why are we wanting to leave the EU? That's the thing. Think of the things we could accomplish as a society if we stop wasting time on all this bullshit. If we stop wasting time on borders and race and things like that and dividing ourselves over it, persecuting people for things that they can't control or things that you perceive about them. If we didn't waste time on all that shit, think of what we could get done. We'd be on Mars by now. We'd have colonized Mars, for crying out loud. Be on our way out of the solar system, probably. But no. No. Too busy fighting about borders and whose religion is best and what colour people are. It's nonsense. The twinkly outcrier. The Jack. The Jack. Oh. Okay. Oh, so you can have different configurations of the magnum opus. Alright. Archangels. Okay. Select the Jack. 5 parts missing. Okay, I need Bantam V6. The usually set to level 4. Okay. Alright. Deep Treadies, get that shit. Getting extremely... No, I like going extremely off topic. Don't worry about it. I'm okay with that. I love talking socio-political stuff over silly video games. It's part of the fun. And it's important. Like, people shy away from like, oh, I don't want to talk about politics, I want to stick to games. Like, no, everything is politics. Everything has a stance, whether the person who created it intended it to or not. It belongs somewhere on that on the political spectrum. And like, people not talking about it and ignoring it and, oh, well, we don't want to talk about that, that's boring. No, we don't talk about that, that's gonna, you know, get us into debates. People ignoring that stuff is what has got us into the mess that we're in at the moment. Particularly of people of my generation, our generation, I imagine. I'm not having no idea how old you are. Yeah, that sort of unwillingness to engage with it has created the problems that we have at the moment. Stank gum.
Skin off the weak. I wear their faces.
Alright. 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 Right.
We were a force to be feared round these parts.
Okay.
I think that I will pick up the jack and fixing it next time I am around. So provisionally, let's say I'm going to be online on Tuesday. Keep an eye on the Twitter at Big Damn Cast, and for a solid time. But I will return to Mad Max, and I think I'll take your advice, David, and I'll put up a list of games that I have in my backlog for people to have a peruse through, see what they'd like to see on stream. I'll pop that up on the Twitter, get that up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this Mad Max journey. We will return to this and build the Jack another time. I am gonna sign off, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.